Iconic. I am Becca, your GM, and these are the Obsidian Souls. We play 13th Age here on Monday nights, and we are the heroes at the edge of Desolation. Tonight we have 4 of the 6 Obsidian Souls with us, and tonight they are going to figure out kind of their final direction. Last week, the group had been down in an old dwarven city that had been abandoned for ages. However, they discovered a forge down in this city, and this forge was one that one young dwarven's parents used in order to craft magical hammers. Trip and company determined this would be the best place to create their ritual for bringing alignment back to the elements. They don't know if they're going to create a weapon or perhaps something else, but they're seeking out more elemental pieces in order to then forge something later. They have a pure fire elemental ember. They have the heart of the earth elemental king made of mire stone. And they are looking for something from the water elements and something from the air element, I believe. So that is where you guys are. You have just recently surfaced from underground. You are on the far side of the Great Canyon in the middle of the Desolates. And you need to decide, you believed you were going to go to Bracken Lake because you heard it was drying up and evaporating. So I need icon relationships from everyone. And then you guys will tell me how you get to Bracken Lake.
I've got one for I've got a 6 for the guild and a 6 for Demoloth.
I have a 6 for the Rivner.
I have a 5 for the Red Alchemist.
Okay.
And I got 2 5 for the Keeper of the Sands.
Awesome. Okay. Now, for all of our viewers, I do want to let you guys know that there really are 13 icons for the world of Tanar because we are playing 13th Age and 13 is a big number. However, with how everyone built their characters this time around, we usually only see 6 or 7 of them popping up. That doesn't mean that the Empress or the Spell Queen or the Dwarven King, the Possessed King, aren't moving and shaking in the world. It just means this party doesn't really deal with them. So, my dear friends, you are going to montage your way up north, I believe, to Bracken Lake. Let's get this out again. Show you guys all the map. So down here is where you dealt with the fire. You came here for the earth, and you guys are heading up to Bracken Lake. Or you could head directly west and go to the Feather Range Mountains to deal with the air elemental. But it is about a 3-week or so journey from the canyon to the lake. So we are going to montage it. And again, a montage is where one person creates a problem for the group. The next person describes how their character, and really their character only, helps to fix or surpass or circumvent the problem. It's a chance for you to show how cool your character is. And if you're feeling in a rut, feel free to ask the group if they have any ideas for how they view your character navigating around this. But again, I'm really pushing for you guys not to say, well, I use Y and Trip and Balnay and don't rule for this. This is your character. How does your one character do this? Yes, Chris.
So Darul is carrying over his grumpy air from last time, but also still translating dwarven runes and relics and other. No, not relics. You know what I mean. Dwarven script writing, dwarven stuff. Yes, stuff and things. Translating things along the way. So throughout the first part of the journey, Darul is finding signs and seeing which way we need to go towards Bracken Lake, translating those things, but it's kind of a that sign says we should go that way. I guess we should go that way. So there's not really a cheery disposition, unlike our friend Y, but there's still a lot of navigating to move towards different things.
So what's the problem
Yeah, you knew the problem.
that group encounters? As you are navigating, do you mistranslate and send you guys in the wrong direction?
My apologies. I usually jump in a montage later on. It's like, solve a problem, then do a thing.
Right, yeah.
So the problem then is because of my grumpy disposition, something got missed along one of the forks that we took. So Darul led us
Astray.
I'm screwed. Darul led the group in the wrong direction at one of the forks.
I can
Okay.
spot it.
All right, why?
Cool.
How do you fix this?
So we're traveling, and of course, because we're all family and basically just blood bonded, never separated ever in the future, in the past, or ever for eternity, I trust you with just blind trust, but then I just feel in my heart like we're called to go into a different direction. And I just kind of bother you and nag you with just relentless positivity and assurance that my heart is trying to lead us towards the right direction. And off we go to the right direction, because finally you're just like, all right, fine, whatever, because you're in a bad mood anyway. So you're just like, whatever. Let's just do what the Chaos Mage says. And so we do.
So you're the reason why you're so cool is because you nag everybody a whole bunch. Is that the really cool thing about why that you're going to showcase in this moment?
No.
No,
The
I
cool
mean,
thing about why is that my heart is so deeply connected to the other elements that I can sense the pain and despair of the agony that's happening for the elements that are out of balance in the place that we're going. I don't know if we chose
Okay.
the mountains or the lake, but
The lake.
okay, yes.
like,
I can
and also-
feel the pull of the weak elemental, or the elemental despair, if you will, calling towards me. So that's how I know the right way to go.
Okay.
and
Awesome.
it does seem befitting of a chaos mage to utilize the power of nagging to get us to go in the right way.
I guess. Okay. So what's the next problem? Why?
So I'm thinking that as we are walking, I noticed that on the map there were a bunch of very deep, it looked like crevices. Is that true? It looked like there was some like crevices. I'm gonna guess that I just fall right into one. I'm just like looking at something, talking my little heart out, and I just, right into the bottom of this big crevice.
All
Yeah.
right. So the
I'm gonna.
potentially falls into
No.
a crevice.
She does. I Spider-Man her butt. I save her from death with my webbing. And then I take about 2 days to weave us, not a bridge, because I don't have the infrastructure for that, but like a vine of web, to get to the other side of the crevice.
Okay. What's the next problem for Ball Knight to solve?
Next problem for Balmain to solve is when we get over the crevice, there is a group of bandits.
Okay. Balmain, there is a group of bandits. They want your money. They want all those sparkly, fancy, new, shiny magic things that you got away from your rust monsters.
Well, this is my favorite. I really, really enjoy a good fight. So me being my crazy fighter self, I'm very good at being threatening. And my really cool new armor has these like tendrils of roots on it, and it looks really weird, but they sometimes like move and sway on their own, which can be even better, adding to that threatening demeanor. Because as much as I love fighting, I don't necessarily want to fight an entire group of bandits. I kind of just want to scare them away. So I'm just gonna like look like a crazy person, be like, and run at them and scare them away.
Guess what? You're successful. Wildly successful. The rest of you guys are preparing for a fight, and then Balmain does that. And I'm sure the rest of you guys are also just kind of stunned, speechless. Why? You might be taking notes. I really hope you're not, but I have a feeling you are. So, yeah. So what's the next problem that Darul will solve?
Darul. So after I scare away those bandits, they will have dropped a specific map that's in gibberish to me. But I think I've seen these things in the caves we just left. So I'm going to hand it to the grumpy guts and be like, hey, what's this say? This might help us.
How is that a problem?
I don't know how to fix it.
But what's the problem?
Maybe because we're still lost, sort of. I mean, we're getting back on the right track because Y is amazing with the nature.
Okay. Can I help and kind of just tweak that one a little?
That'd be great.
You guys are lost, and Balmain finds a carving, like on a tablet from the bandits, and you start to follow it because you believe it is the right direction. However, you get lost in a dust storm.
Dorito form right now.
So, Balmain, you gave me an excellent lead for solving the problem. So I would translate and work towards figuring out what this carving meant, where we need to go. Unfortunately, the next problem that we encounter...
You don't have to have another problem.
I don't.
No, you already made one.
How you get the group to Bracken Lake?
Oh, there's no problems, everyone. We're doing great. Cool. So utilizing the wooden tablet carving thing, just help us go towards the lake.
The this wooden carving, how does it help you get your bearings of where you are?
I mean, it's in Dwarven, so nobody else could read it.
Right. Does it talk about landmarks or does it talk about constellations?
More landmarks. I mean, dwarves don't really look at the stars.
Right.
When we come above land, we're usually trying to hold on to something that's attached to the ground. I mean, if we're in a forest, you're going to touch a tree or hold on to a branch or something else. You're not looking at the stars because what if you fall off? Like, how does anybody do it above ground? You could fall off or something. There's nothing else up there. It's terrifying.
That's very true.
So frankly, I'm grateful that this ancestor used the wood of a tree, of an oak, I believe, to help guide our way, because without those landmarks, without some kind of firm hold on the ground, I mean, who knows what could happen up here?
No one knows. That's the problem. No one knows. Okay, so using various landmarks, Darul gets you to the Bracken Lake. Now, have any of you been to this lake before?
That's a negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
I mean, I would say maybe I have. I have been, a traveling, fortune teller. So I feel like this is not my first run in with the Desolates. What is cold on my foot? Oh, that's a bone. It's normal.
That's
There you go, Rook Cat. There are Hank Snackos.
Hank Snackos.
He has so many Snackos. He has a box of Snackos.
Okay.
So, okay.
Oh, there he goes getting his Snackos.
Trip,
Yes.
you have been to this lake before, as has Phantom of Truth. And when you were last here, while it's not as large as, say, the ocean, it's still a pretty great lake. Fresh water, the only fresh water in all of the Desolates that's not found in some deep well underground. However, as you walk up to where you know it is, there's not really any water.
Like it's gone?
There's a great dust bowl left behind.
Do I
Question.
see like bones of the little fishies?
Oh,
Possibly. What would you guys like to look for? And then you're going to make a perception check for those things. So if you want to look for bones of animals, you may do so. If you want to look around and see if there are other people, if you want to look around and see if there are any unusual things, tell me what you would like to be looking for. And then I can answer all the questions you now have. Darul.
I'm going to be looking at rocks because I need to understand kind of a timeline for what happened here. I need to examine the different rocks and the sand and all the different minerals that are around to really get an understanding of when this came about, what happened, how long it has been barren as such, and rocks are the best way to do it.
Okay.
And bonus points if I can lick some rocks.
You definitely can lick some rocks. You'll give me a wisdom plus level plus a background for licking rocks.
do I still have my starfish?
You still have your starfish. Nobody's taking it away from you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, can I try speaking to the starfish to see if it knows any background about what happened here? Like maybe it can look around and kind of see. I know it's not the most intelligent starfish, but maybe it can just kind of look around and be like, oh no, like this is bad news. This is how we fix it.
Okay. I would like you to give me a charisma plus level plus an elemental background. Balnay and Trip, are you guys going to look for anything?
Is she rolling? Because I don't think Darrell's told you what he got yet either. I don't
No,
want to butt in.
I'm going to hear what you guys are all looking for.
Okay.
Get your rolls and then be able to tell you what you have
Okay.
to know about the place.
I'm gonna see if anybody else is here, and also I'm gonna like step into the dust bowl and kind of walk around and see if I can find like if there was drainage around, like if something under it took it, or if it was simply evaporation.
All right, so that's
So
going to be a
fancy.
wisdom plus level and plus a background for looking at details.
I'm no geologist, but I guess I can fame, fortune teller, attention to detail that one. Okay.
Okay.
I will
And
roll that.
Balnay, what about you?
I think I also want to walk into the crater. Kind of trying to figure out how long the water's been gone, because oftentimes on shorelines you can see evidence of water receding, whether that's like branches and limbs of trees or foliage. You can typically see lines on the bank as water moves. So to try and get an idea of when it's gone down, and if that gives me nothing, to continue further out into the crater, keeping my eyes open for any possible runes, just because of like previous encounters. Runes have held captive the elementals. Maybe even getting down on my belly and like listening to hear if there's water under the dirt. Like, yeah.
You are going to, since you're trying to piece together like the timeline and timeline of this, go ahead and give me an intelligence plus level plus a background that would help you with the timelines. All right, and then I'll get numbers from everybody. Wise?
I got 29.
29. All right.
I know, right? Metal.
Toads metal.
Okay, can I change my thing though? After I pondered it, I think I want to change what I want to use the starfish for.
Okay.
Oh, we're not muted.
Is that okay?
Yeah, what do you want to use the starfish for?
I want to ask it if it senses any other water elementals nearby, or if it sees any traces of nearby water elementals.
Okay.
Aside from myself, of course.
Okay. Cool. All right, and you got 29. Balnay?
I got a whopping 16. I was using my Sea Raider background.
Awesome. Darul and Trip.
Oh, there it is.
I got a
Turn around.
No.
Other side.
that way they can see it.
No, it's backwards. It's
not.
backwards. Yeah, it is. Look at the thing. She's got our thing reversed.
Anyway,
We're trying to apologize to the producer.
I burped and it was not on mute. Anyway, I have a 32.
Okie dokie.
I rolled a 25.
You guys are rolling really well on this.
Yeah, she busted out a 19.
Yes, the proof is in the not the pudding, just sitting there.
The proof usually is in the pudding, but okay. So we are going to start with Balnay. Balnay, you realize the first thing is that there are no tide lines. Like this wasn't a gradual in and out with the tide type thing. It kind of just happened. So the only tide line is right around the very edge of where you imagine the lake would have come up to. You also see lightning kind of striking toward in the distance, maybe towards where the middle of the lake is. All right, Darul, as you are licking rocks in the sand.
We're unmuted, just FYI.
Funny metallic magic taste. Like it's like if somebody accidentally poured something on the rock and it's dried up, but you still taste the residue. And you recognize it as magical because you are surrounded by magic and you yourself are somewhat magical. And
I would describe the flavor as maple syrup.
Magic tastes like maple syrup. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. All right. Cool. So you're tasting maple syrup on the rocks, and you are kind of following Volney as she's searching. And between the two of you guys find one of those elemental runes that would have been used to maybe affect the water in this area. It is carved out of some sort of I'm spacing on the rock type. As you ask specifically about rocks, and then I can't tell you specifically about rocks. A lava stone. Those have a very
I
specific
believe
name.
that igneous is the type of rock that comes from volcanic eruptions and formations.
All right.
I could be wrong. If anybody can correct me, you get 10 imaginary viewer points.
Oh yeah. Very much so. So some igneous lava stone is what this rune is carved out of. You've never seen lava stone carved, even in all of your explorations of volcanoes. It's not a very easy material to carve into an intricate shape. Why? You talk to your starfish, and you are asking it about other elements in the area. And you kind of let it dribble through your fingers a little and like splash on the ground. And it tells you there's nothing. It's gone. Whatever was here is gone. And it tells you it's very, very nervous and tries to climb into the starfish even like deeper and tells you it is very scared.
I want to whisper very assuring words that I will keep it safe and that over my dead body anything will happen to that little baby starfish.
It comes out and kind of gives you a little hug around the wrist and then goes back inside.
Aww.
And then Trip. You are looking at the drainage. You're looking for people. You also see that lightning sparking in the distance. And as you are kind of looking out there, you see someone is walking through the basement.
Out there.
Yes.
They're walking
to themselves through the basin.
the base.
It looks like someone is pulling a cart behind them.
Okay.
What are you guys going to do?
I'm gonna go up to the cart person.
All right, so Trip is walking out across the basin. Everybody join her.
I want to slash the rune we found.
So it's fine. What does the cart person have? Is it cabbages, perhaps?
You cannot tell at this distance.
I think
Yes. Thank you, Wyatt. That was delightful for the action. That's great. Well, I'm interested in finding out because now I want some cabbages.
If he has cabbages, it's not going to work out for him. I can tell you that much.
My cabbage corp.
My cabbages.
Anyway, so Bolne, you were able to smash and slash that rune, and it falls into pieces. You guys move forward, and you come upon this cart, and it is not a gentleman, but it is an older woman who is pulling a cart. You do see there are some cabbages, but that is not all she has.
What's her race?
She is human.
Okay.
So very different from anything here. So an old human woman is pulling this cart. She has skin naturally darkened from her long years walking back and forth across the desolates. You can tell by her sturdy boots and clothes and head wrap that she is probably a trader and crosses the desolates in order to sell goods to the various towns and settlements that are located around. She sees you guys approaching and stops and kind of shades her eyes. She sees you guys approach. So
I can't actually speak to her, so
I'm aware.
However, I'm gonna go up to her and wave,
She's
and then I'm gonna point to her and be like,
I'm
Oh.
Becca.
Yes, sir.
Darrell's kind of a confident guy and thinks he knows what's going on.
Sure.
Can I attempt to translate for Trip at this point?
Oh yeah.
I think there might be a massive penalty. I mean, as far as the dice go, but I mean, that's what Darrell would do, is like try to communicate with her, because Trip's been, helpful in a lot of different situations. He thinks he has a feel for what's going on.
Yeah, will you just roll me a straight D20?
Straight D20, you got it. Help me a little, die. 17.
All right. So an 11, you would have been able to understand her. A 16, you even get some of the nuances. So yeah, you can translate for.
oh my gosh.
My friend here.
Well, I mean, I guess. So my one concern here is that's nice and all, but like I didn't speak. I just pantomimed.
You did.
But I want to translate for
Okay,
you.
so I guess then if he's gonna translate for me, and I somehow reasonably know this, I guess I would ask her, where was she coming from, and how, and what made her decide to take this path?
Darrell settles up, hands in his belt. So where are you coming from? What made you decide this path?
This older human woman looks between the dwarf and the Varthan, and then back at your companions behind you.
We're normal.
She says we're normal.
And kind of gives you guys a look. Goes, well, can't say I've seen a group like you before. I'm pretty sure the spider one. She's the canny one, isn't she?
They're called Varthans. But
I'm aware. The Varthan. Yes.
Okay.
But I I'm here because I trade. I just came from a smaller village called Larami, and I'm heading towards Terex. And I always stop by the Bracken Lake because it's the only water in the area. What's everyone's name here? And are
I'm
you
Darul.
interested in buying anything?
I'm Darul. My companion is Trip. This is Balnay. And why is why is indispensable?
Why?
That's what I said.
Trip.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you guys play some pretty good jokes on people, don't you?
Sorry, I don't know what a joke is. Can you tell me? I mean, dwarves.
Dwarves
As far as
don't
jokes
have a sense
go,
of
what
humor.
are jokes? I'm just kidding. Anyways,
Have you seen any starfish around here?
Starfish?
Or perhaps other objects that might produce water when pickled?
When pickled or tickled? I'm sorry, sweetie. My hearing's a little.
I guess either one works.
I'm sorry. What's a tickled? Never mind.
I'll show you later. But now let's get down to business. Have you seen any water-producing inanimate objects?
The only water I've seen around have been in my water barrels.
Yeah.
They don't produce water.
Where do they get the water?
Well, I put them in a well and I fill them up. And then I put them on the back of my cart so I don't, die from dehydration as I walk across the desolates. But unfortunately, my water buckets are a little low right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Julia Augusta of the Antiques of the Desolates. I also sell food and water things.
Okay, I have no more questions. I'm just looking for something that makes water.
I'm sorry. You said something about antiques.
Oh, yes, I have quite a few antiques. And she kind of lifts the cover of her wagon, and you can see, there's a few chairs, there's a stool, there's a box of things. She's not opening anything, but it all looks old or worn or both.
So I would examine her wares, try to identify anything related to dwarven culture, and just honestly, that's about the summation I can give. Looking for things that are of dwarven culture.
Have you been able to find anything interesting in this crater, or would you happen to know what happened to the lake itself?
Well, my young fighter. Interesting, there is no water. Also, there's lightning in that direction, which is why I'm going around that, because I'm not a young whippersnapper like you. I gotta watch out for these old bones. But you young dwarf, you're looking for something dwarven. I have an old dwarven coin here. Where is it? And she pulls out a coin that is looped on a string, and as she kind of brings it, turns with it in her hand, you almost hear that it's humming. She goes, oh, the stories this coin could tell if it could talk.
Trip's gonna touch it.
It's just a mundane, slightly magical item, but it is dwarven. It is several ages old.
She'll just kind of like go.
Are you young folk going to go and investigate that lightning? And maybe bring back the water? You think you could do that?
My friend
We're
here
gonna
says
try.
that, she'll try, but what interest do you have in it?
I don't know that I've made myself clear. I walk from Carrick's to Larami about once a year and stop at different villages along the way. And this particular place is the only fresh water in the Desolates. So my concern is that it's not here. I can't get water. I'm sorry, are you looking for someone more nefarious? I can be
No.
nefarious. When I was young, like that wood elf. Well, you're an elf. You're probably not young.
You don't have to do that to communicate with me.
I know, but it's funny.
I'm
So,
younger than any of you, because you all look. Anyway, you're not human. You all look older than me because anyway.
it's not so much about that, or about any.
I had a reputation. Correct.
I mean,
Tell you.
You are my elder. I am trying to give you respect. I'm trying to understand what's going on here, though.
I think she might be younger than you.
Yeah.
I mean, still, whatever. I'm trying to give some respect in this moment. I mean, outside of what I'm saying, what I want to do is give you respect. I meant no disrespect in what I said. I meant it more of trying to understand the Desolates because you seem to have a lot more experience than any of us here. And naturally, that is the direction we're heading. That does seem to be what we are doing. And if there's anything that you can tell us to be successful on our quest, then, hey, it'll benefit you, benefit us. That might be good.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. See? Hey.
Wait. Back
A
scratching.
little bit
Wait,
more.
I just went.
When I was in Carrick's, I could tell fortunes. You want your fortune told? Would that help you?
This one, actually, she's also a fortune teller.
Oh, then I don't want to step on your toes.
No. Actually, I'm interested. She just, you know what? That glance, I can tell. She's interested to discuss the trade with you. Tell me more about that. Because perhaps you have some experience and she has something to learn.
But if you have a question, I'm happy to cast the bones for you.
Would you cast the bones about the success of our mission? And I'll toss her a few coin. Not the one dwarven coin I had for anybody paying attention to that, but I'll toss her a few, 2-3 gold coins just to see what she'll do.
Lovely. Ask a question.
I mean, how successful are we going to be? And then we're going to start, making hands and signs and whatever to Trip to be like, this is probably BS, but let's see what she does.
She takes
Give me your
the
thoughts.
stones
She
in
knows.
one hand, carves it, traces out a pattern on the ground, shakes her bones, and casts them. Trip, if you would like to make an intelligence level and fortune teller roll to see how well this woman is doing, you may.
27.
Yeah. This would fool other people, but not so much you. And she kind of mutters as she's looking at the little bones, and then looks up at you and she goes, "Your future is clouded by the choices you make. Beware, one more wrong turn, and your fate is sealed."
Trip will say to him, I mean, yeah, that's usually the standard answer. We're fine. Trip's gonna then move past him before he starts to tell her whatever, and then she's gonna also look at her wares.
Okay.
Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Are you looking for anything specific, or just what catches your eye?
Yeah, I think she's just kind of looking to see what's even there.
All right. There are a lot of different knickknacks, antiques. A rosewood pipe, which bowl is carved to look like cupped hands. There is an ivory bottle stopper in the shape of a long-haired woman. There is a small glass pot of golden ink. You see a statuette of a horse and a glass-blown calla lily. Just some of the things that you find. If you want to keep looking, well,
she'll you said it was an inkwell of gold ink?
yes, ma'am.
She'll pick that up and kind of like point at it, like, you know, how much?
Oh, that. I found that in some of these ruins, and in order to part with it and make sure that my time was well spent, it's going to be about 175 gold pieces.
Trip's gonna put it back down, and she's pretty sure it's not even real gold inside, so.
Oh, but I mean, I could part with it a bit lower if you have another offer.
She would probably be like,
Oh,
10
110 is a little low. 160.
And this is where Darul would try to say,
No, I can't. I really can't go lower
Bad
than
idea.
150.
she'll just leave it. I mean, she's asking for gold, right?
Or if you have gemstones or something else to trade.
You think the only gems that we have left are the ones that we found, the little crystals that we found with the Scorpion Queen or the Scorpion General? Those are kind of important.
Miles is the
kind of important.
who has the list of what you guys have. I don't know.
No, I know we do because I've kept my own list, but I don't know what our party fund is. But also, I also know I'm not spending 100 fucking gold. I mean 100 gold on ink.
Fair enough. Anybody else interested in anything? No?
I'm gonna keep watching the lightning in the distance.
Okay. Give me an intelligence plus level check roll for me.
That is right at 11.
Okay. It seems pretty regular.
Cool. I think I want to disengage from the conversation with the peddler and slowly start moving toward the lightning.
Oh, all right. Young ones, I will see you later. If you're ever in Carrick's, you can find my shop. Augusta's Antiques. If I'm not there, tell them you met me. My name again is Julia. Just, let me know. Bye.
What? Where is she from again?
Hey, Julia.
Carrick's.
Spell that for me.
Karraks.
Thank you.
It is a town that you know well because that is where you met Colin. All right, you guys are heading towards the lightning. As you guys walk across, yep, go for it.
I'm sorry, that just hit me late. You're saying that Carrick's is where Trip met Colin, or where all of us met Colin.
Trip met Colin because the rest of you guys met Trip and Colin in Druthen or at Van Stefan Castle.
So that was a very just gently tossed out kind of bomb. There's a lot of weight to it, but okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Just going to leave you guys fall off, Erlings. Take what you want, leave what you don't. It's fine. All right, so you guys walk across the desert. Why? You are holding the starfish. I believe that's really the only elemental piece on you. And the starfish in its bucket of water that you carry it in is definitely shivering.
Okay. And I noticed this happening, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna like scream really loudly and say, "Everybody stop! Everybody stop! Everybody stop!" And then I want to get really close. And I want to whisper and have just like a private conversation with the little starfish and let it know it's okay, but also ask it what it needs to be more comfortable.
And it tells you that there's something around that wants to find it and kill it. And as you know, and what Balnay found runes that would have held water elementals. She destroyed the one she found, but that indicates there are more around that could possibly hurt the elemental if you take it out, or if you do something magical without taking care of what all is around and happening with this place.
So what are the chances that my elemental will get hurt?
As long as it stays in the bucket, low.
How low? Like less than 10%?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so then I'm just gonna turn around to the group and tell them about the runes and about my elemental. And I'm going to say in a very like soothing and kind voice, if anybody touches this bucket, I will destroy them. Okay, let's continue. Oh, and also I'm gonna be like, petting the starfish for safety and comfy reasons.
As we've been walking, have I noticed any more runes?
No, but you suspect they would be on the edge of the lake. And the lightning going in the center is what you guys are heading towards. So, you guys are walking across this lake. There's a gentle downward slope as you are getting towards the center of the lake, which would have been deeper than the edges, obviously. And yeah, there are bones of dead fish. There is dried seaweed. Well, not seaweed, but freshwater weeds. There are other signs that what happened here happened suddenly and probably without a lot of warning. You guys are maybe... Sorry, I'm just thinking distances. You're maybe 500 or so yards out, and you see that the lightning, you finally see what is originating the lightning, and you kind of recognize it from way back in the Vansfon Castle when Y had been captured and used as an elemental battery. Lightning is arcing around in a circle. There are thin red rock spires that are caught, that the lightning is bouncing off of in a circle. These spires are maybe 30 or 40 feet tall.
They're not climbable, right?
Maybe.
Okay.
How thick are the spires?
There, 3 of you guys would have to hold hands to encircle them.
I'm sorry, I might have missed this, but is there something in the middle, or is the lightning just striking the middle of the circle and the spires are just around it? Or is the lightning hitting the spires?
The lightning is bouncing off the tops of the spires, going in a circle.
Can we see anything in the middle?
Not yet, not at this distance.
Let's say we go in there or get closer to see what's in there.
Me too. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
So onward.
Okay, so you guys walk forward. I would like you guys to roll a save for me.
Watch us get struck by lightning. That's cool.
Just a
What are we rolling? I'm sorry.
Well, I failed.
A straight save.
Yeah, I failed.
18. 5.
9.
What was yours? Why?
16.
Okay, I need Trip and Bonnet to to roll a D4.
Two.
I got a 1.
All right, Bonnet, you feel the air around you get really heavy and your hairs kind of stand up a little. And then that seems to be about it. Trip, that same heavy air and lightning buildup starts coming around you. And you feel like your very skin is crackling.
Oh, that's comfortable.
Totally.
I'm gonna convey that to the group as best as I can. I mean, well, yeah, Y knows how to sometimes talk for me, and so does Miles, and so does Darrell now. So I think the majority of the group's getting it.
Yeah, so can I use my bending ability to do some sort of lightning whatever it is, deferment, that is a good term. Yep. Can I try?
Sure. How are you going to do this? Give it to me.
I think that what I would do is I don't know anything about science whatsoever. So I guess Y wouldn't know anything about science either. So this is how I think that she would put it together in her mind. Is she would just ask the lightning through her magic to politely refrain from hurting us.
All right. Roll me essentially a spell attack. So D20 plus your charisma plus level plus your stick.
I love it when you say that. That's my highest freaking roll. What's 16 plus 9? 25.
All right. You ask the lightning to not hurt you guys, and you feel it answer back. No.
Come on! We're such good friends. Why? Okay.
And then you hear pain.
I hear pain?
You hear the feeling the word, same way that you heard the word no, you hear the word pain.
Neat. So I'm going to turn around to the group and in a very gentle way, I'm going to say, okay, so we are not going to have a good time and this is going to hurt. We should probably do something and run.
The lightning passes past again because you guys have gotten much closer. You are within 100 yards of this and you hear torture.
Sick. Yeah, we should go. Now. Yeah.
Trip's gonna ignore her and keep pressing forward.
I'm gonna stop.
Why?
Because this crazy one.
I'm
Trapped.
going to say safe travels and I'm going to keep backing up. Out of range.
After trapped, you hear help.
Yeah.
Oh! It's not talking to us. Oh! It's the element. Oh, guys, wait, it's the element. It's telling us that it's trapped and it's being tortured. We have to save it. I don't know how.
How long did it take us to walk from the rim to the center?
An hour and a half, 2 hours.
In my estimate of this crater, how long would it take to walk around the entire perimeter of the lake?
A full day.
Wait, what if we asked the lightning to attack the runes?
Is the lightning talking to us, or is it the water talking to us?
There's still no water that you can see.
I feel like we could direct the lightning to the runes. But, let's ask the, Darul. Do runes attract, can they be destroyed by lightning?
I'm really good at that.
I am not sure of an actual answer for that, Becca. How should I
tell me.
proceed?
Say yes.
Given that my hammer has runes and my gloves have runes and seem to have something to do with lightning, maybe. Sure, why not?
Okay, Darrell says, sure, why not?
Okay. I have an idea from the group. Or something for the group to ponder. I have a 5 with the Red Alchemist. Now hear me out. What if we ask the Red Alchemist to make a swarm of metallic rats? Okay, but hear me out. And then they could run to each of the runes and we could get the electricity to... You know what I'm saying?
Are we getting zapped in this process?
No, only the rats. Well, it is a 5, so it's shaky at best. But
I feel like we're going to get zapped in this process.
As of right now, you have 2 of your party members that are feeling the weight of the electricity, static-filled air crackling over their skin.
well, it's not me. So it sounds like more of a you problem. I'm trying to solve the problem. So you guys solve that problem. I'll solve the electricity problem. I think that we should ask the Red Alchemist for help.
Ask the lightning if they can sense how many runes are around the lake.
Okay, I will. Becca, please.
Yes, ma'am.
If I could ask the lightning. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, also I want to ask if the runes are keeping the lightning. Or if the runes are, or if the lightning are a part of the runes. All of those questions.
Which one are you asking first?
Are the runes making the lightning?
No.
Okay. Are the runes containing the lightning?
Tortured.
Okay.
Pain.
Okay. Okay. How?
Trapped.
I'm emulating
Okay.
static electricity.
Hey.
Well,
Destroy.
well, you're not much help when you're being tortured, are you? Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to ask now. We definitely have to destroy the runes. So it can stop torturing the thing. But also, how do we make the lightning stop? Does anybody have any ideas?
We could just smash the runes. I have a hammer. I can smash things. We can try that.
One at a time?
The runes are
Yeah.
supposedly around the lake, so that would be an extra day. Doable, just more time.
I mean, that's the best I got right now. What about Trip? Can't Trip touch things and figure things out?
I think right now I'm gonna go on a limb and feel like if my skin feels like it's flaying slowly, I don't know if I can feel much.
So
I'm oversensitive.
You're very delicate person.
But I mean, so wait, are we trying to turn off the lightning? Is that what's happening?
I think the assumption here now is that the lightning is torturing whatever is responding to my call.
where is it coming from? Why?
I don't know.
And the spires, that's where the lightning comes from, right?
I don't know. I feel like I asked if the lightning was coming from the runes, and it said that it was just being tortured and that it needed help. So
You guys are watching the lightning kind of bounce off the tops of the spires in a circle.
so we could try and destroy one of the spires, but then it might bounce off to us.
Or we can knock a spire down just to see what happens.
That sounds. No, they're so big around we can't.
Oh, are they? I forgot how big they were.
She said it would
Three.
take 3 of us with linking arms.
Yep.
I have
Let's-
4 arms.
Wait, do we still have those potato bombs? Do
What?
we still have any potato bombs?
No. I have rust fire bombs, but that's not going to help us here because the spires are made out of stone. So let's come at this from another angle.
Hammers?
I mean, yes, hammer is always a good option, but if we could figure out where the things were originating from, these calls, whatever you're hearing in your head, I mean, new voices, I guess, in addition to all the other voices, we could figure out where to go. But I just think we should not be so close to the spires.
Hey, Darul, how fast can you run?
My legs are about half the size of yours, so you know.
Cool. How fast can I run, Becca?
What's your dexterity?
14?
I mean, you're fast. You're not like Lightning Panther and fast.
Can I just like earth bend the spire to just blow up?
Yeah, how are you gonna earthbend it? Talk me through your magic, why?
Yeah, well, it seems like today I'm going on the path where like I just talk to the elementals and ask them for favors, I guess. Or to the elements in general and just pray that they are on my side on this one. So I think that I will just really just listen and be really open and honest and truthful with the earth elemental and say that I really truly need their help, and if I could just explode this spire, I think it would help all of the elementals in the world. Very kindly and with humility and very humble. Very humble.
Will you roll a save for me?
Frick. Can't win them all. Oh boy. A 7.
Okay. So why how are you standing or kneeling or sitting as you are entreating the earth elementals?
I'm guessing I would be like kneeling with my hands on the ground.
Okay. So the rest of you guys, what are you going to be doing as White does this?
I'm gonna get electrocuted, huh? Frick.
Well, my only 2 thoughts of right now are to like try and take off my armor and sword and like anything metal and try to continue forward, or just take off running for the rim to see how long it would take me to just try and find runes and bash them to pieces.
Okay.
Those are my 2 ideas. So I don't know.
Okay, Balnay is sitting there torn with indecision. Darul and Trip.
I want to climb in the spires to get to the runes at the top.
Awesome. Darul, what are you doing?
Running away as fast as my short legs can carry me.
Running away where?
Away from the spires, away from the water.
There is no water.
The lake bed.
The basin.
So you're just running away?
Yep. Something bad's gonna happen. I'm just gonna get what?
Coward.
I mean, yes.
I mean, you can't live to fight another day if you're dead.
He's got a good point. I'm going to take off after him.
As you guys start taking off and Trip is, scampering up a spire, she's just gonna be like, "You cowards!" But what you hear said is more like, "Yeah."
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
she calls us cowards. It's getting harder to hear as we get further away, though. Let's keep going.
Why? You kneel and place your hands on the bedrock and beg Earth Elemental help. and you hear a multitude of angry voices as they seem to yell back at you and say, "But you killed our king." And your hands kind of get enveloped with some dirt, and you get stuck. You're not like pulled into the earth. You're not destroyed. You can
Okay, hold on.
but you are stuck.
I thought we saved the Earth people. Isn't that what we did?
The Earth King is dead.
Why did we kill the Earth King?
Your party did not kill the Earth King. The Earth Elemental King was killed in a fight against you.
Oh, like bad me? Oh. Okay, well, can I explain that? Can I politely say that that wasn't truly me?
You will be able to in just a half a second.
Okay, neat.
Okay. Because Volney and Darul start running, and I need you two to make saves for me.
Seven. 16.
Volney, your feet sink into the earth for a brief moment as the earth elementals are beginning to rage against the party. Darul, you seem to make it and keep running. And Trip, you scamper up that spire, and that building electricity, you realize that you are merely a lightning battery. And as soon as you touch that spire and start going up, when the lightning gets to that spire again in its circle, it doesn't hit the top of the spire anymore. It hits you and bounces off. And you're going to take 5 damage from lightning.
Okay.
I guess my short little dwarf legs weren't so bad after all.
Not really. All right. Why? You would like to talk to the earth elementals?
Yes, this is specifically what I would like to say. I would like to say that your mighty and noble Earth King fell tragically in a battle against not me, but a greater enemy that looks like me. I was fighting her as well in order to save all of the elements, the kingdom of the elements. And so that your next king will rise and be stronger, and your people will not live in fear any longer. Do I get extra points for rhymes?
I think she should. I would.
Thank you.
Yes, that was rhyming and wonderful.
Yeah, you get extra clash points for rhymes.
Okay.
Wow, rude. Clash isn't. That was.
I don't understand.
Clash is that other thing. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so that's what I'd like to say, and I would like to say, like, you can feel, like, because my hands are on the ground, you can say, you can feel my heart, it does not waver, my words are true. Hear me, fight with me, so that none of your kings have to fall at anyone's hand in the future.
You hear the earth elemental voices raging back and saying, "But you failed. And now you have failed the water and the earth." And at that moment, the spire that Trip is on is going to explode. Can you make a save to land on your feet, Trip? And then
Say again, sorry.
maybe. What? It's just a roll, just a regular d20.
just a regular D20.
I got an 11.
You land on your feet, no problem.
Neat. Did I not see any rune or anything out there?
At the top of the spire, possibly. But it exploded underneath your hands as you were climbing, and the lightning strikes into the center and kind of rolls up, and a ball of crystal and lightning comes rolling out towards you guys. And I'm actually going to pause it tonight because if we start a combat here at 8 o'clock, we are going to go much later than we would like to.
Probably because I have to smash everything with my hammers. So much smashing.
So at this point, the elementals that have a hard time distinguishing the past from the future, and a hard time distinguishing good Y from evil Y, are angry and are going to attack. But we will deal with that not next week or the week after, but in 3 weeks, I will be back and we will have our clash over the earth and water elementals. So, yeah, we can look forward to that. Something with 13th age. They are currently having a poll about naming the icons. 13th age Pelgrane Press really wants input from the fans. There is a link in our chat, and I believe on the Iconic Production website, where you can go and vote for the names of the traditional icons and maybe change them up a little bit. However, as I said, the next 2 weeks, we are not going to be playing in this campaign. We have a GM who is going to be stepping up to the plate. Chris is going to be running a campaign for us while I am out for a little bit. I am super excited to watch this and see what happens. Chris is super excited to run it, and so I hope that everybody watching tonight will tune in next week to see this all go down.
Oh, that's the one face you.
We are so excited. And I hope all of our viewers are excited to watch Chris run the game. I hope all of our players are excited to play in this game that Chris runs. He's going to be amazing. No panic.
Going to be some mischief and probably some scrambling, and yeah, it's going to be good.
It is. 13th age is where you make up all the rules and the points don't matter. So there you
Thanks,
go.
Drew Carey.
But thank you all for our viewers for tuning in this week. Sorry, it's a super short session tonight. We don't want to extend it way past people's bedtimes. And we hope to see you again next week. Again, this is Iconic Production. We are the heroes at the edge of Desolation and the Obsidian Souls in particular. I am Becca, the GM, and thank you again. Have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you soon.